So this is Infamous Second Son, and I've been playing it through on a second playthrough to go for the evil route. Then I accidentally deleted my save, so I decided to go play on the good route for a bit, just clean it up and maybe go for kicking the DUP out of the city as a whole. And you know what? I've been having a pretty good time with this game, but playing as evil and then playing as good made me kind of think of how little effort I actually put into playing as good. Now, the reason's obvious. Infamous is a game where you very clearly choose, am I going to be good or am I going to be evil, from near the start and stick with it. But it did get me thinking, because this is going to be a slightly different topic to my usual moral choices in games are silly and they take away from what could be stronger characterization. Because while this is kind of true here, what made this game interesting to me is how bad I am when playing as a good guy. So here I am on my good save, just going about doing some side questing, clearing all that stuff up. And I'm about to try and take out like an agent, someone who's fleeing, I have to take him out. It's the Ubisoft filler stuff, there's a bunch of these missions all over the place. And here's what happens. He runs for it, and I take him out. And it just so happens that when I take him out, I end up killing a bunch of civilians at the same time. Or at least I killed one civilian. It definitely looks like a bunch of people got hurt there. So here it goes, whoosh. He's out, civilian killed. That's some red karma there. Of course, doesn't matter because I non-lethally subdued that guy. So my karma is still in the good. In fact, it's on the very good. In fact, it's so good, right now I've got a karma bomb because I've been shooting people in the legs a lot. So that means that I will easily be able to take out like a bunch of people in one of these take over this area, kick the DUP out side things by using that and just instantly win. And here's me doing some good karma graffiti. Now, I'm not here to make a big deal about how you know, just kill tons and tons of like random guards, because these guys are basically stormtroopers. Same logic as like Uncharted or Yakuza, like people who are just random grunts, stormtrooper lives don't matter. And I think that's an agreement you kind of make with the fiction. It doesn't really matter that Han and Luke like casually shoot stormtroopers because they aren't really real people. It's just sort of an agreement you make when you go into this sort of action adventure where sort of casual dehumanization is actually completely fine, and I think everyone kind of knows that's how it works. The thing is, my good guy Dowson kills a lot more people than just these standard faceless DUP bad guys. And yet the narrative kind of treats it like most people love the guy, and because I've been, you know, taking out more bad guys than I do just random civilians, it's all fine. It's interesting because my bad guy Dowson, I think, is more interesting as a character arc as long as you only pay attention to the cutscenes. He plays up pretty well as kind of an anti-hero who gradually goes down a bad path. But when playing as him, I go from like my kind of bad Dowson on my good playthrough to like a complete fucking psychopath because I'm just murdering as many people as I can. See a bunch of civilians, good chance to just fire into there and take out 10 of them at once. Boost my evil karma, which I want because the more you're evil or the more you're good, that's basically your levels. Like the higher you get, the more powerful you are and the more moves you unlock. So here's me using my Karma Bomb, which is, I'm good karma, so using this just, I think it's non-lethal to everyone. One of those weird Ubisoft style things where the side quest is, you know, completely pointless because as long as you've got this power available, you can just instantly clear it. You know, it's not just Ubisoft. We just call them Ubisoft games because they do this stuff the most. Sony's definitely somewhat guilty of it. Soccer Punch is a pretty big offender, but I do like Infamous. It's probably my favourite of these Ubisoft style sort of open world chorathons. more truth on the PS4 than it was on the PS3. So here's how you do that quest where you've got to apprehend a suspect if you're good. I gotta love these little details, man. They really do put care in on these big AAA Sony things to give the open worlds a bit more character than most. And yeah, I just shoot this guy fleeing, and that's blue. That's good. Quest done. I was just sort of thinking, like, Dowson's kind of like my good guy Dowson's kind of like a psychopathic American cop. Like, it's one of these horror stories you hear about the guy who like gets into a shootout on the intersection and blows away like several civilians, and the suspect gets shot, but he shot the, but he did at least get the suspect. So hey, even if the kidnapping victim also died, that's just kind of funny to me. Like how, because like I said, the killing of random goons doesn't really feel that off. I think that's an agreement fiction has made very much, where it's like the random goon, but it's more of a weird amount of civilian casualties I cause. Like, I don't think they should make an Infamous game where a huge amount of the challenge was try not to kill civilians. I don't think that's what these power fantasies are about. It's about choosing to be good or choosing to be evil. But it does make me think of how pointless the actual gameplay side of the choice is, because evil you have to be just comedically vicious in how much you go your way to just shoot random people. That's a funny glitch there. Yes, I'm not bullying it. It doesn't happen that much. So yeah, I think Infamous is pretty fun. It's just sort of interesting to think about how goofy the good guy route is.